Hello, everybody, and welcome to our commentary of Salt. You're probably wondering, what is this movie, Pedro? I never heard of this movie. Well, there's a good reason for that. This movie came out in 2010. It was a bomb at the box office that very few people saw, and then it got quickly forgotten and fell into obscurity, and nobody talks about it anymore. And there's a good reason for that. This movie, while not like an abomination or anything like that, it's a very misguided movie, and you'll see why when we get into it.
Oh no, I just realized something. Movie that not many people talked about, isn't really an abomination but does some really stupid stuff and is misguided. It's Ballistic X vs. Sever all over again.
Except this is actually more entertaining than Ballistic vs. Silver, I'll give it that.
Yeah, Ballistic's
All right.
freaking boring. Anyway, the writer of this film is Kurt Wimmer. If you don't know who he is, he's written and directed in a couple of cases such classics as Equilibrium, Ultraviolet, Street Kings, Law Abiding Citizen, and would later go on to do the remakes of Total Recall and Point Break.
Oh,
It was directed by Philip Noyce, who's done stuff.
It's never easy in this
Someone
job.
literally called the noise. Anyway, Pedro, before which log are we supposed to start?
No,
Sony.
Colombia.
Colombia, or so, same thing, really, but yeah, Colombia.
Alright.
Basically, to give you a basic idea, Jova, this is them trying to turn Angelina Jolie into the female Jason Bourne, and as you can probably guess, it doesn't work.
This is... Okay. You know, this could work, but
Let's get started, guys.
Go ahead, Pedro.
Alright, so everybody started at 0 before the Columbia logo. We're watching the director's cut. The director's cut is on the Blu-ray. So if you have the Blu-ray, just pick the director's cut. We're watching this version because I'm a firm believer in watching the director's vision untainted by executive meddling.
And who knows, maybe it will look like the theatrical cut after as a bonus or something. For now, though, we're just looking at
maybe in the generations, because from what I've seen, apparently there's very little differences anyway, so we can just save that for generations or something like that.
All right, then.
Right, let's go.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
By the way,
Yeah, basically, Pedro, Sony, they wouldn't do the Sony shtick till 2014.
By the way, speaking of misguided stuff, have you guys seen Universal Studios' latest announcement of the Woody Woodpecker live-action movie?
What?
It looks
Wait,
so
you haven't heard,
terrible.
No, and I'm just gonna document myself after this movie. Before that, I have a question about Jova, because Pedro already answered me, and I think Dweeb says too. Have you seen Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
No.
I've heard of it, but I sadly have
asked
not yet.
Jova, not you, Dweebs.
I've heard about it.
Dwebs.
Whatever.
Anyway, North Korea, because this is so topical.
Anyway, to answer your question to you,
because in that movie, they turned also Angelina Jolie into a badass secret agent. Although, for the context of the movie, it's not completely serious.
So yeah, we're starting with Angelina Jolie being tortured.
And possibly raped, I guess.
So I guess
By
this
the way, the copy I gave you guys has subtitles, so you can turn it on if you want.
Oh crap, I'm watching this on Media Player.
Whatever, it doesn't.
Nuclear ambition.
So is this how Jason Bourne started out too?
This scene feels
Our
so
main
David Cage-esque.
Jesus.
Okay, here's the first problem. Immediately the movie resorts to shock value.
So are we at least gonna get like a flashback showing how she got here?
Yeah. This is well, how we got here type of beginning, you know.
Oh, wait,
Jova's not a fan of these.
Wait a minute. Hold on. But Jason Bourne didn't really start off like that.
Actually, isn't Jason Bourne the entire point?
Jova, what I was saying was an analogy. I didn't mean it literally.
Oh, okay.
Besides Jova, isn't in the Jason Bourne movies the entire point him discovering his past?
Well,
you mean
I Sabretooth.
What time are you guys at?
Really,
Dwebs.
Wait, hold on.
2 minutes and 15, 16.
It was my player, guys. It was acting up.
Wait, so what? Was she like a criminal or something, and that's why she was in prison?
You'll see, Joe. You'll see.
And yeah, like Tia said, that's Sabretooth.
Yeah, 3 minutes.
Okay.
So, would you say that Wolverine X-Men Origins was a step up or down from this for his career?
Good question.
So yeah, basically,
Oh,
the American
exchange.
government is exchanging her for.
This is
for
Die Another
something.
Day.
This is Die Another Day, Dwebs?
Yeah, there's a bit in Die Another Day where this exact thing happened. They exchanged a prisoner for a
Oh,
North
yeah, right.
Korean one.
All right,
All
Dwebs,
right,
get
get
ready.
ready, dudes.
3, 2, 1, click.
Also, Dreams, to be honest, hostage exchange is relatively common. I think even in movies. I mean, wasn't the entire point of Bridge of Spies?
Yeah, but that was the whole movie. No, though, not just one scene.
Oh, by the way,
I
this
suppose.
is the Angelina's husband in this movie.
Not
That doesn't look like Brad Pitt. God
I
damn
was
it,
about
Dreams.
to say it.
Well, they're not together anymore, so
Yeah.
Such a shame. Wonder what's gonna happen to all those adopted children.
Yeah, you know, those all those adopted children that they made such a big deal about in the headlines.
I don't know. Leonardo DiCaprio will adopt them or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. How's Leonardo DiCaprio's love life going?
I have no idea.
No idea, Joe. I don't usually try to for gossip.
Okay, she's walking
And
to her
yeah,
husband,
immediately-
and
Oh. That's how we transition into
so
the title.
let me get this straight. We established that she has a husband, and we don't even bother to have a scene right there with them at least hugging, just her
Washington, D.C.
walking to him. That's
All
kind
right,
of a
so
bad
Remember,
sign.
Female Jason Bourne. Don't give a crap about nobody.
So now we jump back to present day. There you go, Joe.
Oh.
Now we get to see them
Oh,
interact.
hi, doggy.
Okay, let me guess. The dog's gonna die at some point.
No.
Great lives of insects.
Joe, this ain't John Wick.
Ah, spider! Why?
Yeah, I saw Home Alone. That's clearly a Chekhov's gun, if I ever saw one.
It's gonna be, isn't it, Pedro?
Well, you'll see.
Well,
Just
it's
playing the hobby.
Oh.
Why would you keep a big spider in a glass?
Also, you're an asshole. It's your anniversary. Get her bed breakfast, you know.
Actually, no,
What a
she's not a
dick.
husband. She's a boyfriend.
Wait, what?
Steal, come on.
Well, okay, whatever, amigo. Might as well be husband and
But
everything.
now they're married. That 2 years ago was when they were just, boyfriend girlfriend. Now they're married.
Yep.
Steal, buddy, come on. Gonna need to show your love.
Actually, no, Dwebs. Like I said, that scene that we were watching earlier before the title screen, that was after this. Like I said, we're doing that thing where we started at one point.
Green
How did we get to
petroleum.
this?
Wait,
No,
wait, hold on. So they are married here?
You know,
I
that
didn't-
last bit was like 2 years ago, and this bit says present day.
Well,
Also,
also-
she's
Yeah,
whatever.
learning how to
oh,
be.
wait. Let me guess, Pedro. The movie's trying to trick us into thinking that this is 2 years later, but it's really
No,
before the
no.
events.
Not so much that.
Hey, Liv. How much do you want to bet I'll end up in a worse movie than you did?
Oh, come on,
Anyway.
really? What are the chances of that?
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, in this
Totalitarian
movie,
is the new sect.
Eh?
in this movie, Angelina Jolie plays an interrogator at the government. Basically, she interrogates criminals and tries to get the truth out of them.
Just don't become the interview and
Kind
we're
of
good.
like the show Cold Case. I don't know if you guys saw that.
I do. There's still it's you have to understand, Pedro, the mystery kind of sci-fi mysteries are kind of like CSI, and that one gets broadcasted constantly and at repetition here.
Right. Well, since this is attempting to be one of them serious but still kind of popcorn movies, I'm gonna go get my popcorn right now.
You know what I
As
love?
long as you're not having
Wait,
alcohol for this
Wait,
one.
oh my god, the company's called Ronk.
No, no alcohol.
Actually, is Rink. There was a sign even at. It's probably a cover like Ring. There was called Ring Petroleum.
Rink.
Don't worry, Tia. There's no alcohol.
As in, like, ice rink? Ha.
It's toffee flavor as well, aka the only kind of popcorn flavor I'll ever eat.
Buy those at $4.99 today.
This black guy
Cost
looks...
a pound, actually.
This black guy looks familiar.
So yeah, they have a Russian criminal they need to interrogate.
Oh, that's
So,
easy. Well, no, actually, it's not easy. Go
So
ahead,
we start
Pedro.
with a Russian, and we're gonna end up in Korea, of course.
So Angelina
Oh.
Jolie is gonna do her thing.
It's Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Never heard.
Who?
He's basically that. You've seen Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
He plays
Oh, Mordo?
Strange's He plays his best friend or enemy.
Mordo, you mean?
Baron
Yeah.
Mordo.
Spoilers to this, by the way. Anyway, all right.
Also, yeah, first I would suggest just let him waste on vodka, but then remember, Russians have a very high resistance to alcohol for some reason.
Yeah, that's
All right, Teo. So look at first glance. What do you think? Guilty or non-guilty?
Press X to doubt.
So in this, is this supposed to be futuristic?
No, this is this is supposedly taking place in our current day.
That looks
Salt.
like if what's the name? Oh God, I forgot. Hugh Laurie and William Dafoe had a child, and that grew up to be a 60-year-old person.
Salt, you disappoint me. Get back in
Really?
there, I'm not a spy.
All right, this
Cigarettes.
is the scene that they showed a lot in the trailer.
Let me guess. She's analyzing him
Actually, it's the contrary. It looks like he's analyzing her.
Yeah.
because she's married, and he's probably gonna try and threaten her with that.
Hannibal,
but then,
Hannibal, or more like Silence of the Lambs. Yeah.
let me guess. He's gonna try and threaten
So
her,
his
but
name
then,
is.
Oleg Vasilievich Orlov. Yeah.
so let me guess. He's gonna try and threaten her.
Thanks for telling us.
Hmm.
Cause I'm afraid of dying, you bitch. Everyone is.
Well, not everyone.
Speak for yourself, Dwebs. I'm not afraid of that.
Why, not everyone's afraid to die. Have you
I'm scared shitless.
Have you met?
You're scared of everything, Waves.
Have you met?
Also, Italy. They're apparently be tracking someone here.
Yes. You see, Teo, the Russians are actually hiding in Italy, planning their next move.
Actually,
Of
no.
course they're hiding in
It all
plain
comes full
sight.
circle. They're actually tracking down the Italian mafia for sponsoring the adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
This
cartoon.
movie.
Wait,
the
what?
movie
Did
was
that actually happen?
Yes.
Long story, Joe. I'll explain
Long
you later.
story. We'll explain later.
Basically, the movie was filmed in Washington, D.C., Albany, and the New York City area.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
And the
pretty much-
Korean scenes?
Well, pretty much almost every movie of almost every action movie nowadays it gets shot in New York, or at least partially in
Hold
New
on,
York.
I think it's now.
Well,
All right, so let's.
Sporska, yeah.
So yeah, obviously in typical interrogation tactics, she's talking to him, casual conversation, so she can try and build trust, so that he can see if he slips and something.
Notice my directing.
So yeah, now he's telling his backstory.
Fyodorovich.
so we're supposed to care about this guy, I guess. And who's that brown hair chick? I get that feeling she's gonna be back into play.
We'll see. So yeah, and apparently he fell in love with this woman.
Let me guess. She died and was
Really?
killed.
What is
Well-
this? The Disney movie?
Yeah, I was about to mention.
So you have cancer. You have a child with sick with fever.
So I guess this guy
that's-
was actually
wait.
no. I know this one. This guy was later asked to become Red Hood, but during this trip into the chemical plant, he encountered Batman, and then got knocked in a bunch of chemicals, and then wait.
Yeah. Wait. So the child just mysteriously died? Yeah. I smell a Norman Osborn plot here.
But there you go, Jova. Turns out the Chenkov baby was alive and became the property of another man.
Called it.
Great.
Why though?
Pedro, why?
Fucking why?
Pedro, why?
Why this kid?
A
Pedro,
plan to destroy America. There you go, Jova.
Pedro, why is this
They're
becoming?
gonna use the baby.
baby?
Okay.
Yes, Dwebs. We're gonna use a Russian baby to destroy America.
So and what? So they train this baby to be like a super soldier or something?
You'll see, Joe. Hold on.
You should say a comedy.
Come on, Joe. But don't ask me to spoil the movie for you.
No.
That would ruin the fun.
So wait.
Alec,
Wait. So this is turning into a black.
Really? He's the one who assassinated
Kennedy
Kennedy?
into this.
Are
Very
you
good.
kidding me? Oh,
I'm sorry. If there's anything that Hollywood told me is that it was the comedian who assassinated Kennedy.
yeah, it was Lee Harvey Oswald. So what, you're telling me that Lee Harvey Oswald was just the fall guy or something?
Yes, Jova. It was all a big conspiracy.
Oh my god!
And there we go. There we go. All the were replaced by Americans. I pledge allegiance to the flag.
So, okay, so we're not even 13 minutes in, and already we've got a plot that even Stephen King would facepalm at.
Exactly. See what I mean now? Like, apparently there's a shit ton of Russian infiltrates in America, and it's all part of a big plan.
Hey, dudes, you should have waited until the 2016 presidential election. Then it would have been topical.
Not just that, but
Really? He trained them to be like super soldiers?
My question is this.
to be fair, this is a common element in political fiction.
Here's my question.
I guess even Metal Gear goes a bit like this.
Oh no, they beat kids off camera!
Actually, they look like they were beating the camera itself.
So here's my question. Why the heck did they
It's a
kill...
story without hope. There you go. See, the movie just became self-aware for a full second. It's a story without hope.
So here's my question.
What?
Without spoiling, why do they need to kidnap certain children? Like, you know, maybe they could just use orphanages.
Just what Jova said.
There you go. He just said. It's for the sake of those kids living a complete lie, convincing everybody that they're fine, only for them to suddenly betray their own country without anyone seeing it coming.
Wait.
And there you go. See, to kill the president of Russia. This is all a big plan to also kill.
Wait. Hold on. So let me get this straight. Russia apparently has been kidnapping its own children to infiltrate America, but now its plan is to kill their own president?
Not just that, but they also want to kill the American president as well.
Actually, Jova, my guess is that they wanted to start with Russia in order to start a chain reaction of political accidents.
So you're telling me that they've been forming this plan to kill the Russian president, and the Russian president himself hasn't caught on to it after all these
Hold on,
years?
Jova. This guy kind of agrees with you. Don't you believe in moles? As in, don't you believe in moles? Yeah, I believe in moles, but I don't believe the boogeyman. Yeah, that I'm guessing that's the movie trying to poke fun of at its own premise, but it doesn't work.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that this guy's son is gonna end up being the final boss or something.
Yes,
You know, Kurt, just because you make fun of your premise doesn't mean the premise ain't still stupid.
See, here's the problem. This story takes it way too seriously. Like, no amount of lampshading is going to...
Hold on, Joe. This is pay attention from this point on, because this is where it goes. See, there you go, Joe. Even she's not buying any of it. Listen here. Wait for it.
What?
Wait, hold on.
Congratulations.
My whole life has been a lie, you're about to say?
Yeah, but guess what, Joe? That scene where she goes, "Oh, the name of the agent is Salt. My live is Everson Salt. Then you are a Russian spy." That was like in every trailer, like.
So that's why we called our movie Salt, because Salt is an uncommon name.
Okay, here's the first problem I have. Well, aside from those that Jova and the others already mentioned. Okay, so he said that, the name of the agent is Evelyn Salt, and her name happens to be Evelyn Salt. So, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Is Evelyn Salt that uncommon of a name? I mean, because I'm pretty sure there's plenty of Evelyn Salts out there.
I'm actually going to look this up. People with the name of Salt.
I mean, I am aware that there are uncommon names, but it's just because they're uncommon, that doesn't mean there can be more than one.
Let me see. How many people have this name? List of celebrities with the last name Salt. There are at least...
No, but remember, Joe, but he specifically said Evelyn Salt. So he specified it to the full name.
But...
So.
Oh, Evelyn Salt?
Evelyn Salt, yes.
Well, Evelyn's a common name, and Salt is a last name that shows up at least 189 times, so...
Yeah, this whole premise is incredibly flimsy.
Like,
seriously.
Stupid.
Everybody gets suspicious just because... he says Evelyn Salt. For all they know, he just got a lucky guess.
You know what's really sad about this?
Well, apparently that I think he was being monitored for lies and
Sorry, we talked over it. Basically, he was being monitored for lies, And up until this point, he's been saying truth in every statement. Everything that he's said so far has been truth, according to the lie detector.
Here's a problem, though. It's been long documented that lie detectors, while very efficient, are not infallible. Like, someone who truly believes what they're saying can fool a lie detector. Heck, even a really good actor can fool a lie detector because it mainly has to do with the heartbeat and your vitals and whatnot.
Yeah.
I mean, look.
Not an expert, but yeah.
Now look. I get them being suspicious, but are they ever going to address the fact that lie detectors aren't perfect?
Yeah.
And that for all they know, this could just be an old senile guy who couldn't hold his alcohol?
I don't remember them doing it. I haven't seen this movie in a while, but I don't think... there you go.
Wait, what? Wait, what? So he's a spy too?
Well, remember, Jova, obviously he's involved in the whole thing if he knows it.
But I thought he said that his son was stole. Oh yeah, that is a good point actually. Wait. Actually, yeah, that brings up a point. So you're telling me that he knew his son was dead? So what, does that mean he lied to his wife and he's the one who gave his son, or did he find out at some point?
I guess, yeah, but the movie's gonna focus on Salt for now.
But here's the
Atlas.
plot.
He has escaped.
Here's the plot hole, though. Okay, so if he knew all along, and if he's the one who delivered his son, then that would mean he lied about a section of his story, which means lie detector has faults there.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oh my god, I just immediately spotted that plot hole right off the bat.
Salt, are we really gonna get worried about this? Like I said, I'm pretty sure there's plenty of Evelyn Salts out there.
Yeah, I mean, you know what's sad, honestly? This plot hole could have been solved if they just went out of their way and came up with an extremely uncommon name. Like, seriously, this is one of those few times where coming up with an unusual name is okay so long as it's not too zany.
She's using the same excuse.
Oh my god!
Quantum Break.
You know what this premise reminds me, Pedro?
What?
Of End of Days, where they go like that girl was chosen on 9/9/99.
Oh my god!
Why would you name your movie after a freaking thing you put on your food?
Well, because it's a name. It's supposed to be an unusual name. But
basically, if you don't know, last names usually derives from either something or the activities that the important people that last name originated were doing, like lumberjacks.
So yeah.
Why is she breaking out now, idiot? That's just gonna make you look more suspicious.
Exactly. Not just that, but at the same time, Joe brought up the whole lie detectors are fallible thing. Even if we're going to pretend for a moment that lie detectors are infallible, even so, this still wouldn't fly because, like I just said, why would she think it's her?
Well, at least she takes off her heels.
Okay.
I'm going to run away and not without saying anything to anybody because that's not suspicious at all.
So,
yeah.
It's like freaking Iron Fist.
You know what? I just realized, guys.
What?
My name, my username Jova Hexian, is more unique than her name. Like, seriously, I'm more creative than these paid film writers, and my name would actually work better for this plot.
Don't you mean paid film writer?
Whatever. The point.
Okay,
whatever. His point
so
still
how
stands.
Angelina Jolie is gonna get out of this one?
Yes, it's okay, Teo, because as we were about to see, she's fucking MacGyver.
Why should I have...
curse? I don't know. She'll curse one of their babies or something. I don't know.
Now here's another problem I have. Why should I be rooting for her? I mean, seriously, we haven't seen her done that much heroic stuff. I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. It sucks she's being.
Well, Jova, that's the thing. Right, the movie's trying to keep it ambiguous for a while in the sense that, oh, is she a Russian spy? Is she not a Russian spy? So you're kind of supposed to be on the fence about who exactly is in the right here.
Here's the problem. I don't really have much reason to care because what exactly are the stakes? So what? She turns out she's a Russian spy. Well, okay, the problem is that I haven't gotten to know what she's like in her normal life that well, so... Okay, I guess it'll throw a chink into her life, except I don't really know what her life was normally about.
Yeah,
wait, you can disable security cameras that easily with a fire extinguisher?
This movie should have been extended to like 2 hours or something, so just for the sake of properly establishing the characters before getting into this.
You know, I'm just gonna say this right now, Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed made a much better use of a fire extinguisher.
And that's sad, considering that was before James Gunn got good.
Well, to be fair, Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed is definitely miles better than the first one. In fact, I actually do genuinely like it.
Also charming. She used her own panties to block the camera.
Stockings.
Really? How
Or
raunchy?
was it the stockings? Okay, never mind.
Stockings, yeah.
Whatever.
Okay.
Either way, it was lingerie she was using. Oh God.
So hold on, you're just now checking a parent's killed in car accident December 24, 1988 after release from North Korea. So only now you're checking her bio?
Wait, you're telling me that they had her bio on stock right there this whole time,
All right.
and they couldn't have known this
so
already?
sorry, I missed. How did she get out?
He blocked all cameras and whatever.
Oh,
She
she's
put-
stuck in the elevator. Okay.
Basically, Tio, she used.
Oh, never mind. It was the panties because he
Holy
just said
shit! She's going full Breaking
MacGyver.
Bad.
Basically,
Not just that.
basically,
Remember, he just said, "Get your panties off the camera, Dweb." So it turns out it was the panties.
yeah, basically, Dweeb, she used a fire extinguisher and her own lingerie. Yes, she used her panties to block the camera.
Not just that, Theo, but guess what? One of them was checking her bio in
On
the
a phone.
database for the sake of getting information. Apparently, her parents died in 1988, and she was raised in North Korea or something like that. So it's again the movie's
Okay.
the movie's trying to keep the illusion. Oh, is she a Russian spy? Is she
Also-
a Russian spy? I wonder.
Also, these movies essentially telling me that from now on, at least for a while, Angelina Jolie is doing all of these things without her panties on. That's.
Yes.
I'm not sure how to
Apparently
feel about this.
Apparently, the score was done by James Newton Howard, of all people.
Yeah.
I guess James Newton Howard got tired of doing silly M.
Is
Night
that like a
Shyamalan flicks.
potato gun?
This
Wait.
came out the same time.
Oh my
This came
god!
out-
Oh my god! This came out the same year as Last Airbender.
For those who don't notice, for those who didn't notice, he keeps asking them, "Let me call my husband. Let me call my husband. He might be in danger." And yet they keep telling her to wait. So and every time he keeps saying, "Come on, Salt, let's talk about this," and she's like, "No, I gotta call my husband," and shit.
Let me guess, her husband is actually truly dead because she
Hell,
killed him.
Jova, this one came out a couple of weeks after The Last Airbender.
Yeah. This
Wow.
was a summer movie.
Poor James Newton Howard in 2010.
Man, this Five Nights at Freddy game is really weird.
Anyway, can
That's
I talk
hi,
about
Tony.
Another problem with the plot now that we know that they could have easily gotten her bio up? Okay, girl, you're walking barefoot on asphalt. That's gotta hurt. With
She's
the sun
Angelina
out.
Jolie. She just can't do that.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jova.
See, okay, never mind the fact that the government could have easily have looked up her bio and stuff, and yeah, okay, that kind of takes away from some of the ambiguity. I mean, unless the movie is really building up a big twist that, oh no, she really wasn't, kind of giving her bio like that pretty much gives the inkling that, yeah, she is, so it's not really a sense of is she or is she not. It's now literally just a case of, hey, the film decides it's going to be like this or like this. We literally just have to wait to see, because there's nothing contradicting the notion that she's a spy. But here's another issue. Here's another issue I have with this. Okay, so the Russians' plan is to sneak, these Americans turned
You're
in...
exposing your pussy to the taxi driver. You know that.
What was the rating for this movie?
Granted, I wish I
think.
was. Granted,
guessing R.
Granted, I wish I was that taxi driver, but yeah. What the fuck are you looking at?
So here's the main issue here. Okay, so the Russians want to, make everyone, like these Russian spies and whatnot. Okay, here's the problem. Kind of throws a dent into your plan when, we can immediately look up stuff that kind of fits the profiles of people who would be a
There you
Russian
go.
spy.
They're talking about her husband now. He's one of the world's top arachnologists.
Oh, so that's why he had a spider there. Yep, that's
Spiders.
definitely gonna be a check.
There you go. Turns out the way she met her husband was she interrogated him about.
What could you have to interrogate an arachnologist about?
This is really weird because theoretically these guys should know already about this, but the viewer doesn't. So it's all for the sake of shocking the viewer when in reality we technically sure already know this.
I wonder how that interrogation went. Where's the trigger? By the way, will you marry me?
What?
Dweebs, there's a lot of sexual tension that can happen during interrogation.
Let me guess, her husband's been kidnapped or / killed.
Probably.
Let's see how it goes.
But wouldn't
Sounds
that contradict the flash forward sequence of earlier in this film?
No, that wasn't a flash forward.
It was flash backwards, apparently, but whatever. It
Oh.
doesn't really matter much, as you'll see.
Doggo!
He...
Oh, turns out Daddy was kidnapped, maybe. Dun,
Uh,
dun, dun. There you go.
By who?
By
Can we have a
by the
sequence
Those
Russians.
guys.
By the
can we have a
Russians.
sequence where she phones them and says, I'm gonna find you, and I'm gonna kill you?
So, here's my question then. Okay, so I'm guessing the Russians are planning to kidnap her husband to, force her to do stuff. That's fine and all, but why did they also feel the need to, incriminate her like that? Like, I think
Because
you could have easily have done one without the other. I mean, heck, if anything, this will just make it so that the military will be chasing after her, and when she eventually catches up to you, you're probably going to have the military to deal with as well.
Mm-hmm.
You think maybe you just do the stereotypical cliche thing and just privately blackmail her, but I guess this movie's trying to be different.
He's taking a spider's
Hang
with
on.
oh jeez, I was right again. Well, again, I saw.
What's he going to do? Try and petrify them with the spiders?
Actually, no, Dweebs. Again, I saw already Home Alone, so I know how this is gonna go.
Oh, great. Camera first-person view of an arachnid. Look. I like spiders that just get rid of insects, but you do know spiders aren't exactly camera-friendly, right?
What you're talking
Also,
about,
why
Joe? They're
didn't-
cute or something.
I know she's trying to escape, but how about before she makes her escape, she writes down, "My husband's in danger. He's been kidnapped. Try and help him."
Also, are they seriously gonna pull Home Alone in this super serious movie?
No, they're not. That's just Teo wishing.
So that would have been better. Oh, we're screwed. Not to say that Home Alone was bad, but again,
I love Home Alone.
yeah, me too. It's just this movie is trying way too hard to be serious. And again, the problem is that this movie even made fun of its
is
own
incredibly
plot.
silly, and but the movie apparently doesn't realize how silly it is.
Yeah.
Oh, Angelina Jolie is climbing barefoot around an apartment building.
And without panties.
And does she still have the spiders in her pockets?
Well, in the backpack, yes.
So she's carrying all that stuff as well,
I'm
too.
not waving hello, you little idiot.
Oh my god. Movie, you're not Spider-Woman. Oh my god. I just realized... Wait.
Hold on, they're singing it.
Yeah,
There
he
you
has...
go.
He has a point. She did just escape custody, like she was guilty.
There you go. Basically, the other guy's saying, what about what she's done for this country? Doesn't that mean anything to you?
PSP!
Hey, you know who else did a lot for his country? Major Force for Lex Luthor when he was president.
So, you see, Teo, in the back, you can see a TV with Marcus from back
By
in
the
day.
way, Jova,
Oh, I forgot this was a Sony movie,
Since,
technically, so product placement.
Chiwetel Ejiofor is actually a British actor. What do you think of his American accent?
Who,
The
Who-
black guy.
Oh,
What's with the dog?
I guess he's
Oh,
fine.
flashback.
Basically, Teo, he left the dog with the girl.
No, I know, but it was like, that triggers a flashback? Really?
What are you doing? Playing hide and seek?
Movie, wouldn't it have been nice to show some of these scenes where she's in her daily life before, you kind of just make her life go off the rails and stuff?
I think this is meant to be it.
But, okay, look, I get what they're doing, showing flashbacks and stuff. Here's the problem, though. It's... Okay, see, when you do it afterwards, it just makes things confusing with no sense of rhyme or reason. Like, okay, look, it worked in Batman Begins because, at the point where we start the movie, Bruce's life has gone off the rails. Now, admittedly, that was kind of helped by the fact that a lot of people already know about Batman, but even still did a good job of introducing him. It was sort of showing him becoming Batman, which was another phase of him growing up, while also showing his phase as childhood, just showing how he got to that second phase in his life before getting to the third phase of Batman. Here, though, this is supposed to set up what Salt's life was
Aren't
like.
spiders beautiful, too?
Apparently.
So, is this movie really gonna fetishize over spiders?
Yes, too. You see, yes, Joe. You see, spiders are to this movie what pencils are to.
I love how
Timothy
from even
Green.
very I love how even from very far away, Lev Schreiber recognized her from behind.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. How? So, okay. So her main thing is that she's an interrogator, right?
Yes.
How does that translate to martial artist, escape artist, and all this crazy
Remember
stuff
Jova.
she's doing?
Remember Jova. She's supposedly been living a lie this whole time.
Not just that, Jova. Her bios before, along with Sabertooth one, show that she's actually a CIA agent, so standard protocol training.
I guess. Again.
Is she an FBI? Is she like FBI or CIA?
No, CIA.
CIA.
Right.
Dr.
So
Pavel, I'm
basically-
CIA.
So basically, if this film took place in the UK, she'd be working for MI5 or MI6.
Also, here's an issue with the film fetishizing spiders, like how All Life of Timothy Green fetishized pencils. Like, I can't believe I'm saying this. At least All Life of Timothy Green kind of made more sense from the angle of pencils because that's what the town ran on. Yes, I'm not kidding. But here, spiders are merely what her husband studies. Like, why focus on what her husband studies more than, her actual relationship with her husband?
Because apparently, it was his love of spiders that won her heart, I guess.
Does this have to do with the fact that she was climbing up a wall like a spider? Is this
I
like...
guess, yeah.
So...
Maybe
This is each
Angelina
other,
Jolie
this-
was secretly trying to audition for Spider-Woman.
Now this is yet another scene that was always shown in the trailers.
Running.
Coming in a moment.
Michael Jackson did it better, honey. Are we still running?
Damn,
Yes.
I think Jolie's looking a bit tired.
All right. here we go.
Yeah. Let me guess. She uses a spider to distract them. A question: how did she even know?
There's not a reason why, yes.
Also,
She claims that she's innocent.
when did she know her husband was in danger anyway? I mean, okay.
She suspects that the Russians are the ones that.
Okay. I'm talking about before she escaped police custody because she's saying that's her reason for
hang on,
escaping.
is this the...
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, she jumps on the truck.
Wait, what?
Ah,
And the
Actually, there was blur in that falling scene.
So-
That's charming.
well, hey, she's not like bouncing up and down and that.
So you're telling me that all the spiders in that backpack are somehow... So you're telling me that all the spiders in that...
Swashbuckling.
So you're telling me that all the spiders in that backpack are still alive after that?
I guess, yeah.
What
but,
are
they
these?
are.
Some kind of super genetic spiders that'll bite her?
Also, despite falling head into that, apparently she just gets right up without no problem. She doesn't even.
Not just that,
flinch.
she's not getting blown away by the air friction, nor is the truck driver recognizing that she's on top of it. Really?
Okay,
movie.
let me get this out of the way right now. Let me get this out of the way right now. This wouldn't be so much a problem if the movie recognized its own silliness and just went full expendable, like Jova said, and just if the movie acknowledged its own silliness, we could just suspend our disbelief and just go along for the ride, But this movie clearly is trying to keep us invested. This movie takes itself completely seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, look at James.
And now-
Listen to James's score. James' ponderous score clearly is asking us to be invested.
So, I'm just going to say this right now. This movie is even less realistic than a superhero flick because even superhero flicks normally, recognized most of the
Also,
laws
that guy
of...
has the aim of a stormtrooper.
Pretty
Wait,
much,
so, honestly, for jumping on lorries throughout Washington State, this is actually not Washington DC. Sorry, it's actually kind of boring.
Yeah.
How do you do
Again,
that?
It's because the characters are boring and therefore you're not invested.
It reminds me
Again,
of that scene.
No, actually,
You know-
wait, not just that. Even the action isn't filmed very well.
It
I think-
reminds me of the chase sequence in Matrix Reloaded.
Dear Dwibs, I actually have a good reason for why
Well,
the...
at least it's not in slow mo.
Dwibs, I actually have
Yes,
a good
shut up.
I actually have a good reason for why the action is boring here. Because, okay, this movie does not seem to respect the rules of physics and nature well
And she's
enough.
just fine.
well enough. Because see, here,
that and it's directed badly.
see, okay, look, here's the problem. In most action flicks, even superhero flicks, they still remember that, there's going to be impact to a hit here or a jump there. So, often there's a lot of weight and punch to these scenes. So, whenever a character takes a big fall, you feel that fall with them. A good example is Spider-Man Homecoming. But here, she's just fine after everything to the point where, yeah, by all intents and purposes, she should have been caught or dead at this point, but she's just fine with no rhyme or reason.
Hell, they had her cornered at one point, but then she jumped on the truck.
And that's the problem. There's no real sense of surprise here. It's like, we pretty much know how this is gonna go. She's gonna inexplicably get away, and then that'll allow her to go on her quest.
But at least it's not like it's Godzilla, where it just disappears out of nowhere.
And unlike the bike scene in Ballistic, this at least actually is fast.
If the camera wasn't shaking constantly, well, it would be better.
Holy!
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. They got stuck in a traffic jam, and that's how they lose her.
Are these kind of traffic jams common in Washington?
There can be a lot of backup traffic here and there. Although, that was kind of a convenient avenue.
So there you go. They're going to notify New York that that she might be coming.
Everyone thought was injured during the Moscow car crash that killed their parents in 1988.
Thanks for letting us know that movie. We just saw that movie. You don't need to tell us.
Well, he's telling him.
Okay. I guess it just feels a bit clumsy.
There you go.
Eh?
So there you go. They put her, they were the ones who put her in Russia originally for the sake of learning her trade, and supposedly that's where she somewhere along the line, I guess, became a Russian spy. If she is a Russian spy, I'm not telling you guys what's the end result because
Oh, I'm looking forward to this.
I want to keep you guys guessing.
Yeah. Question.
Oh, she was only bruised.
We're going to do this Jupiter Ascending style. We just put that there, and there you go. It's done.
Also, she's actually using one of those, not tampon, but those things women use in their periods.
We were sorry, Jova. We suddenly all changed into the director's personal porn, but we're back to the movie.
Like, seriously, the director really likes Angelina Jolie in ways I don't want to look into.
Who are you to judge, Jova?
And that's it for that scene, I guess.
Bolt Bus, Pepsi.
G-dweebs, golly G-dweebs. This movie is making me wish for a fresh, things that quench my thirst. I wonder what could it be.
Pepsi Man! Oh, you remember that too?
Yeah, I actually played the game.
Oh, apparently the vice president is now dead.
Yes.
Oh no.
Let me guess.
Those damn Russians.
Wait.
You know the movie? We're like in 2000. What was it? 2012.
2010.
Still way ahead of the Cold War, buddy. You can rest now. Oh, why? We're back here.
There you go. Now we're back to present, 2 years ago, or however the hell this is.
When they were coming back.
Me neither.
Yeah, I'm just a guy that researches spiders, love.
I just realized something. Sony
What?
has a guy who researches spiders, a woman who might as well be a superhero with all she can do. Why didn't you just make this Spider-Woman? I mean, Spider-Woman doesn't even really have a clear backstory because there's like at least 4 different
The rights
variations
for
of her.
Spider-Woman are actually in the hands of Marvel itself, I think.
Wait, what? You're kidding me.
Yeah,
I work
because
for the CIA.
remember, she's technically a different character. She doesn't appear. She's not in
There you
the
go, guys.
same race as
She's saying,
Spider-Man.
she's literally saying, I work in the CIA, so there's no future with us. You're not safe with me.
Oh,
She's pulling us. She's pulling. She's
She's
pulling a Spider-Man 2.
oh my god! Not just a Spider-Man 2, but practically
Or,
one of the.
or actually, more like the ending of the first.
Well, not just that. I mean, but that's like one of the most cliche things in hero comics. Well, okay, mainly with the Marvel universe. And surprisingly, in the DC universe, Batman and Superman both have sons. Superman has a nice relationship with his wife. Yes,
Who's
they
Batman?
think.
Who's Batman married to in that case?
Don't think he's married to anyone. Basically, he and Talia had a son.
Yeah, Talia al Ghul.
He was drugged, heavily drugged, courtesy
Yes,
of the Al
Jova,
Ghul.
that's what the kids say now.
What you gonna say, Wonder Woman for a second?
Oh, I think Batman is having a relationship with Wonder Woman in the comics, which honestly I support because Wonder Woman, aside from
And they're hinting it like that in the new movies.
Well, as long as it's not with Superman, I'll be fine.
Oh,
Anyway,
God, Batman
where-
and
I
Superman
forgot.
in a relationship.
So she's in New York now, right?
Yes.
Oh my. Okay, seriously, I'm starting to feel like this is Sony really wanting to do a Spider-Woman flick.
Maybe maybe they really wanted to, but for some reason they couldn't. So
Remember again, Spider-Woman's rights are actually separated from the deal that Sony had.
How weird. So technically, Sony doesn't have the ability to make a Spider-Woman film.
Exactly.
Even.
oh my, but and the funny thing
Hold on,
is,
guys.
Oh God, I hate contact lens. Ah.
Not just
Yeah.
that, but guess what, guys?
What?
Not only has she been wearing contact lenses this whole time.
Even a wig, I guess.
No. Are you telling me
No,
that?
surprisingly, no. You'd think, right? But no.
Wait, so you're telling me that she never realized she was.
Plastic explosive, really?
Yes.
Please tell me this is stuff she knew about and they're not treating it like she didn't.
she's taking the spider's poison, really?
So that's
Yes.
why she took the spiders for their. Oh my God! Why don't you just make her Black Widow while you're at it? Oh wait, that's right.
This is obviously. Oh look,
Euros.
Euro bills. Why are there Euro bills in America?
So let me get this straight. You're telling me that this woman's been wearing contact lenses for most of her life, and she's never, ever noticed those in her eyes.
you know who was actually meant to be the main star of this film in the first place?
Who? Kathy
hold on,
Bates?
hold on, quick, just a quick.
Tom Cruise.
Oh,
Wow.
so Angelina Jolie was actually a last minute replacement. How interesting. What do you think, Does would you have liked this movie better if Tom Cruise was the protagonist?
I don't know, and apparently this film also had a ghostwriter in Brian Helgeland, who's worked on stuff like the Nightmare on Elm Street 4.
And yeah,
LA
now she's painting her hair,
Confidential,
Oh, okay.
Mystic
or
River.
dyeing her hair rather.
Bagpipes.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
I guess she's in Scotland now.
James Franco?
Jova, does America celebrate
Wait, was
political
James Franco
funerals with bagpipes?
No, actually, yeah, that's the BBC. Where I think we're in UK now.
No.
We're in the
Remember, we could see the American flag in the background.
Was that
It is-
that James Franco as a policeman?
I don't think
know.
so.
Well,
I thought it was him making him a cameo.
perhaps it is a thing since they also did this in Dark Knight.
So yeah, guys,
Well-
what do you think? Is she a Russian spy? Is she not a Russian spy?
Is it really important at this point?
You know what?
Remember, that's the mystery of the movie. But
If we're just keeping her on her toes, then she's not
The-
actually I've been given the intention of killing the president. What's
funny
even the
thing-
point of the identity?
The funny thing is, the action in this film was actually done practically, and yet it looks silly.
It looks shitty.
Notice how she's gunning for the president.
Wait, what?
So yeah, this is, and again, the movie's clearly trying to make you think, oh, maybe she is a Russian
Come on.
spy.
For
no one
what
else.
reason?
Hang on. Sorry. No one has a face like hers. You should be able to pick her out of a crowd.
Also,
Wait, I think I actually saw this. Maybe my parents watched this movie on TV because I think I remember this scene.
so wait, let me get this straight. She's gunning for the president, and we're not even 50 minutes in. So yeah, I mean, look, what? Okay, here's the problem. She has no other reason to try and kill the president, unless she were actually this Russian spy. Is something important about to happen?
Probably. If
yeah.
I recall, she's gonna use like the sewer system or something. Yeah, there you go, the subway.
This is really a superhero film. No.
Jova, questions. Since
Well,
apparently a lot of
everywhere.
a lot of American movies seem to say so. It's kind of like the question Pedro asked about Paris. Is there really like an intricate system of tunnels disguised in your subway?
Salt, you dropped something.
Was it a
It
spider?
was on purpose, Dwips.
Oh.
Anyway, here's an interesting thing. The rating on Rotten Tomatoes. It's got a 62%, with the consensus saying Angelina Jolie gives it her all in the title role, and her season performance is almost enough to save Salt from its predictable and ludicrous plot.
Almost.
Emphasis on almost.
But not enough. So what did she drop exactly?
A newspaper with gas.
Yeah, it was no. Actually, she started burning it a bit. So basically, the smoke was a literal smoke screen.
Christmas time. Oh, Christmas.
Comes a year. Yeah.
This almost makes me wish I was. Wait, that's the president.
Anyway, I think that's the Russian president there. I can tell by the Russian flag on his lapel.
Oh wait, that's the
Moscow, yeah.
Russian president.
There you go,
The
Boris.
shorter guy.
That's
So there you go.
not Putin.
So there you go. The two presidents are together now. So take a wild guess. Which of them is going to die?
The Russian one.
Both.
The Russian one.
I'm not saying anything to.
So here's my question.
Party pooper. No cake for you.
Wait,
How-
hang on. They're not going to kill the British Prime Minister, are they?
No, don't worry, guys. Brit is saved because the Russians are all out against the Americans. Don't worry, your country's safe.
Got it. Pedro, I got it. They're gonna kill the Canadian Prime Minister.
Hey.
So
And yes, and this in turn will spawn the rise of Satan and Saddam Hussein.
Here's my issue here. Okay, look. In order to build up suspense, for the us, the audience, the suspense is whether or not she's a Russian spy or whatnot. Well, it kind of ruins the suspense when she's clearly doing what Russian spies are geared to do. When you'd think if she weren't a Russian spy, she'd just be trying to save her husband. Like seriously, how?
Well, Jova, how do you know there's not something else going on?
What? Like there's a clone of her?
I don't know. Maybe.
No, they wouldn't.
Maybe is, maybe not.
Okay, let's just see where this goes.
Fine. I'll at least throw that one down. There's no clone.
Oh.
There's no cloning. Don't worry. There's nothing like that.
I'm almost surprised.
The plot is ludicrous, but not that ludicrous.
I guess clones because this is kind of becoming like
do you find her believable as an action star?
Well, maybe if the camera work weren't so shaky, I would.
Look,
Yeah,
agreed.
Okay, I know the difference between handheld cam and shaky cam, but even so, it's shaking about enough for it to be just a tad bit distracting.
Also, look, Angelina Jolie has done a good action film before, Tomb Raider. That movie is silly as all heck, but it does get its action right.
Again, also Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I can grant for that.
Yeah, but
Sure.
Tomb Raider is more of a over the top action movie. This is trying to be a more down to earth action movie. Like the action is supposed to be realistic.
It's funny you mention that because
to a certain extent.
It's funny you mention that, Pedro, because
like the kind of action you see in Person of Interest, for example.
It's funny you mention that, Pedro, because that's one of the reasons why the first Tomb Raider movie worked, because it recognized it was being silly.
Sure.
And then the sequel happened.
So,
Dwebs, James is telling you to be suspended.
Yeah, can you feel the suspension, Leaves?
James is trying a bit too hard.
seriously, the only way this could get more cliche is that they start singing something like Amazing Grace
minutes.
before she's about to...
No. Did she just...
What?
She just defied the laws of physics.
Yeah,
Uber style.
I'm sorry, honey. Even Chun-Li is saying bull at that.
Oh.
Wait,
Wait,
what? Did she just shoot the bullet through the other guy's body?
What?
I guess it was in order to act like a silencer, like when you use a cushion to do that. But
just use that freaking... Oh, and now she shot the lights. What?
Oh no, the organ is going kazooie.
Because she shot the organ.
Oh, look, guys, she shot the camera.
Be
Why?
terrified.
Satan is coming. Everybody.
I'm just
everybody tremble in theater.
Guys, I know I should be terrified, but all I can imagine is just the organist still trying to play his piece, and that's why that stupid organ sound was playing.
Oh.
It's like, I can just imagine him going, I know I should be running for my life, but I just feel like playing.
What the hell?
And he died.
Look how completely
Uninterested that she looks, yeah.
So,
that's because she's a cold-blooded
She knew this would happen.
what now?
Reminds me of that scene in Gravity Falls where Grunkle Sam is like, "What the H?" and a giant letter H.
So
literally
does
falls on him.
she kill the Russian president? Let's.
Yes.
Why should she?
Did she doing this as a prank?
It's just a prank, bro.
Wait, what? So she...
Or maybe he was a fake Russian president.
Let's see.
And
Drop it.
and then she throws a spider at him.
No, wait, she's surrendering.
Is her work done?
So yeah.
My work here is done, but you haven't done anything. Whoosh.
All right. Let's see if the president's still alive or not. They still haven't actually shown her his. Oh, you can feel a pulse. So basically, he's dead.
Oh.
So she killed him.
Oh, I think I start remembering something.
Wait, what?
But I'm not gonna say now. I think I know what's the catch here, but not gonna say now.
So yeah,
let me
turns
type
out
that to you, Pedro. Might as well.
Sure. Turns out she apparently killed the Russian president.
Hey, I'm CIA.
So I guess those two are friends?
Not anymore, honey.
Are those two friends or something?
I remember, Joe, but they worked together for years. So obviously he would be a bit conflicted about the whole thing.
Hey, it would have been nice to have actually been shown... Okay, so Wolverine
That's exactly the problem. This movie implies instead of showing.
So I just realized Wolverine X-Men Origins, which this guy was also in, did the whole building up of Wolvie and Sabretooth's relationship better by at least giving us that intro of them being immortal over the years. Good grief.
Yeah.
Let's drive away.
Like, seriously, I can't believe I'm saying this. I cared more about what happened to the characters in X-Men Origins Wolverine than I do the characters here.
How sad.
Wolverine, maybe not the others.
But what about the Wade
Will I
Wilson
Am?
dweebs? Actually, no, I was saying to dweebs. Yeah. God damn it, Wade Wilson. What about him? Dweebs?
Because barely in the movie.
But Dweebs, he goes on to be someone incredibly important for the final climax. Deadpool, the merc with the mouth.
Except he has his mouth so.
God bless the Deadpool movie for ripping into that.
All right.
Oh, flashback.
Who the fuck are you? My face when I
Wait.
Huh? So
You know what I'd love to see? A distaff counterpart version of Face Off.
So there you go. Apparently she got facial surgery at some point.
When she was a kid.
There you go, because my mother... Yeah, that's Salt. There you go. Parents. So her original name was Natasha.
Natasha!
Be calm, Jova. Be calm.
So, not to Spider-Man.
Hold on. Here's another scene from the trailer.
Wait, what?
No.
Huh?
Yeah, no.
What?
That's a rock.
You think this is impossible? Oh, wait till you see this. Hold on. Wow, these cops are incredibly incompetent.
And if the camera just stopped shaking for a second, it will be grateful. Yeah. Yeah, the music is telling us to be suspense.
I love the final.
Yeah, I remember this one.
Bash.
And you're dead, or you're caught.
Right.
At least the driver should be dead.
Wait for it, Jova. Wait for it. Believe it or not, there's more.
Ow, ow.
Oh!
I can barely see anything.
Wow!
Wait for it.
Okay, how many times has she shocked him now?
Yeah, he should be technically dead.
Maybe shocking is her fetish clips.
Ew. I thought spiders were.
Let's go bowling for water.
Multitasking, Jova.
Spiders and electricity.
Now they're going
Again,
bowling.
Jova, just like Spider-Woman.
Okay, so she's surrounded. What to do?
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. That's a good point, Tio, because I think it was...
She uses
Hold on.
electricity. Yeah.
Yep.
And here we go.
What?
That was clearly CGI.
So, okay.
Yeah. No.
And if I recall
no
correctly,
movie.
this was the point where I actually stopped watching the movie because I remembered all these scenes.
And yeah, no movie. No. That would, at the very minimum, completely,
Break her legs or something.
break her spine or something like that.
You know, I could maybe buy this if she was like,
she's just fine. She just gets up like nothing
And
happened.
she just walks away like that.
You know, look, I know you can't call her Spider-Woman, but dude, give her some sort of like, I don't know.
At least pay for that hat.
I mean-
Hey, Dwebs. Jova. Sorry, Dwebs and Teo. Let's give it some credit. At the very least, in the end of No Country for Old Men, and the car crash, the villain actually broke his arm. It's not much, but that's more than what happened
What
here.
film, sorry?
It's better than nothing.
No Country
What
for Old
film?
Men, Dwebs.
Oh, okay. So
Where
now
Javier
she's-
Bardem in the car crash, at the very least, broke an arm. At the very
Yeah.
least.
now she's just able to escape on the boat.
Oh, look, Teo, she's wearing Russian clothing. Maybe she's a Russian spy.
Moscow.
Oh.
I don't know the freaking
Hang on. I'm sorry. She's allowed to get past port security, who's probably on high alert for someone like her. Because they're on high alert, especially since a foreign national president was killed.
There you go, Teo.
Yeah!
What we're getting right now, Teo, is
And
proper.
there's no race security on the ports.
You see, Teo, the plot twist.
The thing happened in New York City.
Yeah, I mean, New York City, that's like one of the most locked...
Ludicrous. Dweb's ludicrous movie is ludicrous.
But here's the
Anyway.
problem, though. This is making superhero film plots on a basis look completely sensible by comparison. Go on, Pedro.
You see, Teo, the plot twist is that this is actually a Metal Gear spin-off that foretells the backstory of all the other child soldiers that were there with Raiden.
Of course.
Oh, no.
So where's she going now?
I don't know, Dwebs. Where do you think she's going?
But yeah, I just realized. So, okay, we literally have spiders and electricity. That's literally Jessica Drew's Spider-Woman. Oh my
I
god.
can't believe people actually wrote this and no one said, maybe there's something here that doesn't feel right.
Oh, hey, that guy.
The only thing we're missing, Jova, right now are actually pheromones and.
So now the Russians are going to mobilize their nuclear weapons.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just like Metal Gear.
Yeah, like I said, Teo, this is secretly a Metal Gear spin-off.
Well, the
Oh,
president.
look!
Well, the
Oh, look,
president
guys!
was-
He's now meeting the what's his name again? I forgot.
him. Well, I'll be fair. I'll be fair. This
There
is
you go,
kind of
turns
what
out they're
happened.
comrades.
The
Yeah.
president. The
I think
president
actually,
was.
yeah, there
The
you go.
president. The Russian president was
Wait.
killed by an American agent, so I'd be a bit miffed too at that.
Yeah, I mean, that's treason, that's murder, that's so many things.
Assassination.
Yeah. So wait, hold on. So she's actually meeting with the guy now, so wait.
Yeah, apparently, yeah, like he just said, like apparently marriage was not in the plan.
Okay, yeah,
But
something's...
there you go. Turns out she's his creation.
Wait, so she's...
He trained her.
Yeah, now I think I remember everything else about this movie.
Yeah, okay, I'm not buying it because here's the problem. If he really were in on it with her, he wouldn't have revealed her thing in front of all those CIA people. And, okay, I'm curious. Are they suggesting that like, this is like one of those hidden persona things where she was sort of mentally trained? Or is this going about on the idea that she knew all along she was a Russian spy and she was just playing covert op?
I completely removed this movie from my mind. I didn't remember I watched this movie.
That's because Teo, this movie is so stupid that your brain is trying to repress the memory.
Most likely.
Anyway, Pedro?
Yeah. To answer your question, Jova, well, if I told you, it would ruin the surprise now, wouldn't it?
Wait, I thought the question was whether or not she was actually a Russian spy or not whether or
Well,
not.
Jova, there's still 40 minutes of movie left. A lot can happen in that amount of time.
I'll give the movie credit to the pacing. At
So-
least is fast enough for it to not be a burden.
No, this
So,
movie's not boring. This movie's
apparently,
this movie's more baffling than anything else.
Yeah.
So apparently, one thing Jolie asked was for them to rework the third act.
Oh, great. Because as we all know, Dwibs, when an actor gets involved in the writing process, things go well, don't they?
So is that what led to like the different ending in the theatrical cut?
Look how that turned
Maybe.
out. Look how that turned out with the Hulk 2008. Oh, wait.
Well, she didn't write it. She just asked the writers to do it.
Still, though, you're an actress, honey. Keep it to your... stay in your place. Oh, there you go. There you go. This is where her husband, quote-unquote, is. So does she still care? So, yeah, guys, what do you think? Does she still secretly care about him or not? Or is she really going to commit to being a cold Russian spy?
That guy looks like Ridley Scott without his beard.
Again, the thing that tips me off that something's got to be up here is the fact that the Russian blew her cover in the first place. Like,
Oh, apparently she's going to kill him herself. Let's see.
sure she will.
Oh, he's gonna be
Oh,
drowned.
now it's just like heavy rain.
The more it rains too, the few time the victim has to live.
Yeah, sure, Scott.
Am I supposed to be?
We barely know this guy.
Yeah.
But don't you see, Jova, the spiders, the love for spiders.
Who is going to take care of the spiders?
Don't worry, I will.
Don't
I already
worry.
killed them.
Don't you see? Now she's going full circle and she's an actual Black Widow.
Exactly, and her name's Natasha Tutio.
God damn
Yeah.
it, Sony.
It's wait, hold on. So you're telling me that an American who just happened to be named Natasha was taken to Russia, and she wasn't Russian already?
And now, Joa, maybe originally Kevin Feige was thinking of.
A solo Black Widow movie. Yeah.
Well, actually, no. This movie came out the same year that Iron Man 2 came out, and that was the first
Oh.
movie to show off the Black Widow.
So this came
played
out
by,
the same
played
year
by
that Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson. So no.
So this
I can't
movie
even
just
So,
happened.
Yeah, her husband is dead.
Oh no.
So this movie just happened to come out the same year that Black Widow made her debut in the MCU. Wait, what? What was that?
Remember, all of these kids were the same in the orphanage and everything.
There you go, everybody. Apparently, they're all a big group. They actually know each other and everything.
I love you.
So it's essentially
We're
civil.
a happy family.
That's nice to know, I guess. So I guess she's really the bad guy.
Well, the movie's not over yet, Joe.
I know. Okay. Okay, now without spoiling, is the twist like, completely different, based on which version you're watching, since apparently the two cuts have two different endings?
I don't remember if there's a particular difference, complete difference.
Oh no, so.
You see, guys, there you go. The movie's trying to keep you on your toes.
What are you?
So apparently she's not working for the Russians anymore, or is she?
What are you, a triple agent?
It's like what Doug said at the end of Event Horizon review. Like, you cannot just make an evil shrug and just passing
Is she
by.
a quadruple agent now or something?
You see, remember, don't you see, Dwebs? The movie's trying to keep you guessing.
Keep you on your toes.
We only have 40 minutes left.
Dun, 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 dun.
As you can probably already guess, this is basically this movie's strategy. Have us make think one thing, only to then, turns out that's not it. So wait, is she? So
Now-
then apparently she's not a Russian spy.
Now I'm not
What a
saying
twist,
now I'm not saying movies can't do that, but when a movie when any work of fiction does that, there needs to be a sense of rhyme or reason or purpose to it.
This movie's focusing a bit too hard. Like it's trying too hard to impress.
Yeah.
So there you go. And she's gonna kill all of them.
So let me guess. It turns out she was actually trained by the Americans, who led her to believe that she was a Russian spy, and this has all just been a governmental ruse. And her
who knows? Well, not necessarily, Jova. Maybe she's working on her own. Who knows?
Yeah, think stupider, Joe.
That would be really stupid. So yes, that's a possibility with this movie.
So she suddenly just randomly killed everybody.
I'm sure.
Again,
It's like,
if this
it's
movie...
like that bit. It's like that bit in that episode of The Simpsons of Mel Gibson where that guy asks, "Why did Mr. Smith kill everybody?"
It's one of those... Okay. Oh, look. Oh, no, her husband.
More a spider fact. They really got buried in his museum.
The husband
Really?
died. How tragic.
So she actually feels sad for him.
Hold me, Jova.
Yeah, there, Pedro.
I cannot... How will I ever cope with the fact that... what's his name again?
Spider guy.
The spider guy.
Yes, Spider Guy is dead. Yes, Peter Parker. I mean Mark Miller. Whatever that guy's name is dead.
Just call him Spider Guy.
Spider Guy.
Okay,
Researches
so where are we
spiders
now?
and he dies.
Cheng. Oh. I know this actor. Let me check who was it.
It looks like the... There you go.
And
one
he's
of
the son 80.
Yeah, you can recognize him by his Y-shaped scar.
Oh, look at that guy. He's the baby of the father. Didn't she kill his father? Or does he hate his father? Or was that ever really his father? I'm asking questions
There you
that
go.
make this movie seem a bit too complex. When really it isn't. It's just stupid.
The movie's convinced that it's complex, but it's not.
Oh! So it was a plan between her and
So
the
there
baby.
you go. Even though she killed Orlov or whatever the hell his name was, she's still getting stuff from the bunker hide stories from the White House. So maybe she actually is indeed a Russian spy.
Maybe.
Again, the movie keeps flip flopping.
Okay, Pedro. Without spoiling, does the twist at least... Okay, I'm not saying, is the twist, actually good or smart. I'm just saying, does the twist actually explain... And again, this isn't a question of whether or not it's stupid, dumb, or good, but does the twist actually explain all this by the end?
It tries to. Whether or not it succeeds, I'll
There
let you
you
be the judge of
go.
that.
That's why I recognize him. Dweebs.
Hmm?
It's what's his name? It's Darren Cross, Yellow Jacket from the Ant-Man movie.
Oh my
what,
god!
sorry?
The
Yo.
Ant-Man movie.
There you go.
Oh.
Tonight you will kill American president. There you go, Jova. She already killed off the Russian president. Now she's going for yours.
That's
Wow.
why I recognize him.
Oh my god!
And I'm thinking of a movie where Angelina Jolie is on a mission to kill Donald Trump.
Oh boy. So let me get this straight. Yellow Jacket from the Ant-Man movie is the bad guy of this film?
Apparently.
I don't know, Jova. Maybe, maybe not.
So let me get this straight. We actually built up this guy who was the baby, and here he is now. How convenient. How freaking convenient.
But don't you see, Jova? They grew up together in the training orphanage thing.
Okay, At this point, I have no hopes that this movie's actually gonna have a good plot twist. I'm just waiting to see how stupid the twist that supposedly tries to explain everything that's happened in this movie is gonna be. Like, seriously, it's building up to be amazingly dumb. Also, are they still gonna bother with the spiders now that her husband's dead? Because then I can just make more Black Widow jokes. In a movie called Salt, in a movie called Salt, I never imagined that spiders would be such a focus. They really wanted to make that Spider-Woman movie, didn't they, Tio?
Apparently.
Like, couldn't they have done Spider-Girl? Or did Marvel also own the rights to Spider-Girl?
No, I don't know, Jova, honestly.
So what do you think, guys? Is the president gonna die by the end of this movie?
I wonder.
Remember, the Russian president already fell. So, oh look, Dwebs, look who that is. Hold on, I'll point it out when he shows it up. Look at that, Dwebs. It's the guy from House Season 6.
Huh.
What guy?
Remember, the guy who You know, there's that one African American character who's very prominent at season 6 in the beginning.
Oh yeah, we worked with him in the prison. And not the prison. Sorry,
Not the mental institute.
Yeah.
And there he is. You'll notice in a moment. Yeah. Oh, hold on. God damn it, movie. Let me point it out to Dwibs. God damn it. Movie, would you please hold a shot for more than half a second?
Jesus Christ, you're making M. Night Shyamalan look skilled with the camera holds.
Oh.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that would have blown out a good chunk of the White House.
Anyway, the point is that guy is part of the president's men.
What was?
Yeah.
It's like Amazon's attack.
So you're telling me that the Secret Service, the very guards of the president, were infiltrated this easily, and they haven't put their plan... Okay, look. If they can infiltrate stuff this easily, why haven't they put their plans into action eons ago?
No. How did you recognize her under the mask? I mean, I get that you worked with her for years, but this is a bit hard to swallow. Even by this movie.
Oh my god. So this is a distaff version of Face Off.
Face.
Yeah, it's literally Face Off.
But yeah, imagine.
What are you, a Jedi? You can feel her presence?
Imagine Face Off with, okay, Dwibs, who's a very crazy female over-the-top actor? Who would you say is pretty much the female equivalent to Nicolas Cage?
The
one who played Tinkerbell in Hook.
Julia Roberts? Yeah, sure.
she-
I guess you can go with Julia Roberts, I guess.
Yeah, Julia Roberts. She's mental enough.
Okay, and who would be the female?
Me.
I'll give Julia Roberts this. She was perfect to play the Queen in Mirror Mirror. So, okay, Julia Roberts as
Jova, don't worry. She still will be here to love herself very, very much.
Indeed. So let's see. Julia Roberts as Nicolas Cage, the villain / hero. I can explain later when we get to that commentary, folks. And okay, now who would be the? Oh God,
John
the
Travolta.
female equivalent to John
The
Travolta.
president is maybe wounded, maybe not.
I got it. She'd be played by
No.
Yeah.
I got it. I got it over Nicole Kidman.
Oh my. No idea.
Movie.
Hey, I remember this. Hey,
You're drunk.
you know, Spider-Man: Homecoming did this better. And stop trying to be Spider-Man.
Spider-Man had superpowers.
Yeah.
You're a secret agent, yeah, but you're still just a regular human being. Other than that,
Like hell. For as much amazing stuff Black Widow could do, she still had trouble with stuff that is not a problem to superheroes because the films remembered, hey, she doesn't have superpowers. Like seriously,
well, half the Avengers don't have superpowers.
like hell, look, if you want to have her do all this stuff, invent some sort of drug. Like give a drug or...
Oh, you mean nanomachines?
Yeah, something like that.
And now they're going to the White House's secret underground bunker.
So, Teo, now that we finally had it revealed in 2010, what do you think of the backstory behind the children who were trained in Metal Gear Solid 2?
I'm so disappointed because this was not referenced in Metal Gear Solid 4.
So
You had
what-
one job,
is that-
Kojima, tie all loose
So let me
ends.
guess.
Is that easy to break in, is it?
Let me guess. In a surprising twist of events, Angelina Jolie is actually now on her way to try and save the president.
I don't know, Jova. What do you think?
I think I know the twist, but I'm not gonna say anything.
I'm just wondering I'm just wondering how the hell they're going to justify Angelina Jolie.
I got
Remember,
it.
hazy memory.
Pedro, I got it.
Yes, go ahead.
She's gonna kill Lev Schreiber for reasons.
Let's watch that.
Okay. Movie,
Goddamn.
it's not anymore the Cold War.
Goddamn
Stop it.
Russian. Goddamn Russians.
Well, Tio
Oh,
there.
There you
Yeah,
go. There he is,
Pedro.
Debs. There you go. See, Debs?
Yeah, but remember, Tio, their president's just been killed by an American secret agent.
I know, but that's the whole premise of this movie. Tries to be a Cold War movie in a time period where Cold War is long and forgotten.
Also, why don't they
But don't
just...
you see, Teo?
Yeah, Pedro, those damn commies.
No, not just that. Don't you see, Teo? The victory in the Cold War was an illusion. The power of the Russians is forever.
And
So-
now I'm imagining twin clones of Stalin.
So here's
Yes,
so-
that's the plot twist. Turns out twin clones of Stalin made all this.
Okay,
happen.
and that
Double
briefcase.
the mustache.
Okay, is that the briefcase that can launch the nuclear missiles?
Yeah, the DEFCON protocol waves. But you
It's
need
the-
two.
yes, it has the secret code to activate Metal Gear.
So, here's my question. Why doesn't the American government, release to them, stuff about the fact that that so-called American agent has all reason to believe to have been a Russian spy?
Beep, beep,
I-
boop.
I don't know, Joe. You're asking me to make sense of this movie.
I swear to
I'm
God,
sorry,
if-
but
I swear to God, if she somehow breaks through that steel door...
well, at this point, Jova, what can she do? I think a better question is, at this point, what can she do?
Angelina Jolie can't melt steel beams.
Let's stop
Shoot
shaking
her.
the camera, Phil.
Shoot her? Why not shoot her from a distance?
It's like Final Fantasy 13 all over again. There we go.
I don't know,
Yes.
Teo. In the action scenes, I could actually tell what was going on in 13.
True. I had to say, yeah. Your
Not to
pizza
mention-
is ready, Mr. President.
Excellent. Release Lena.
President Howard Lewis.
Reminds me-
That's not a very president name, is it?
Reminds me of
What?
reminds me of Scary Movie 3.
Zulu. There is only Zulu. I don't.
Zulu is actually a state in Africa.
Oh, okay.
It's named after a
Tango.
tribe. Yeah, those are usually the code names that are used for the acronyms with the T, with the letters and everything. My father is using also them because he's a radio player, kind of like.
Said there's no mambo. Goofy would have loved that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It's our line, Dad. It's the coolest rock star on the planet. Oh, he's not better than Sugar, the king of mambo. Let's mambo.
What? Wait, what?
Emergency active.
Wait, what?
Whatever. Emergency. Move to DEFCON 1, guys.
That means, if I recall correctly, complete state of alert or something.
What?
And now this guy
Yeah.
apparently decides to betray.
No.
Yeah, I remember the mole was actually him all along.
Wait, what? But what?
Teo, you're not supposed to reveal the twist to the others.
What?
Come on,
What?
Teo.
What?
We're
Oh,
like
so-
not even 20 minutes before the end, and this is pretty obvious. Come on.
I know, but
So-
still, just in case they wouldn't figure it out.
You know.
I mean, turns out Spoilerina
So,
did indeed
wait,
come into your house, Teo.
God damn it.
Wait. Is Liv Schreiber the traitor?
Yes, Dwibs. That's the twist.
So
Turns out he's the mole, not Salt.
But what about? Oh wait, wait? So is he the one who shot the Russian president? And he was just hiding behind her.
Oh, and he's just killed the president.
Well, now.
Huh.
Great. Now he's gonna launch the missiles.
So what about those scenes where it turned out though she was meeting with the Russians though?
Evil shrug, Jova.
I
No.
don't know, Jova. Maybe let's see where this goes. There's still 20 minutes left.
All right. Okay. This twist.
The movie's trying way too hard.
Yeah.
Like you gave us one twist too many
wait,
at this
wait.
point.
He's gonna nuke all of Asia.
Apparently.
That.
Apparently, this is connected to the Fallout universe.
Wait. So that was their plan all along, just to nuke Asia.
Oh God, that's Schreiber's Russian accent.
Yeah.
There you go. He was a class ahead of her.
So he was also an American stolen to be a Russian?
Yes.
So it turned out she was.
God damn it, Russia.
Oh, they're gonna blow up Mecca and Tehran?
Oh no, not those states. Oh no, actually, you have to understand, Dibs, Mecca is the most important city for all the Islamic religion.
Kill 9 million people, enrage 1 billion Muslims, America will suffer a painful death. I don't know, dude. Donald Trump would love that plan.
So let me get the. Wait.
This movie so harsher in hindsight.
Wait, hold on. But this is. Wait, they want to bomb Iran?
You
and
see,
Saudi Arabia.
You see, Dwebs. Turns out the ghostwriter for this movie was Donald Trump.
So wait, hold on. The Russians did know we were kind of already at war with Iran and Saudi Arabia at the time, right?
My guess, Joe, is that they wanted to foment the masses even more to cause much more world chaos.
So let me get this straight. So between Russians and Americans.
Hold on, they're explaining now.
Okay.
Basically, she met Mike, aka the husband, and so things changed. Because remember, like we already established, her falling in love and getting married was not in the plans.
Oh my freaking god.
You kiss each other now?
Well, there's a glass of wall separating them, Dwebs.
No, that won't stop them, will it?
So near yet far from you.
I switched my words. Wall of glass.
She punches him for the glass, doesn't she?
She might as well at this point. So.
Yeah.
I was impressed that she can.
There you go! Dun, 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 the Russian president is alive!
What?
There you go!
Turns out I said something to Pedro and apparently I was right.
Oh.
Of course.
Okay, allow me. Movie, you've given us way too many twists at this point.
Yeah.
You're trying way too hard to impress.
Actually, allow me to quote Josh Kocher. Oh, and I suppose Bambi's mom didn't die either.
I mean, seriously, next you're probably going to be telling me that he just shot the American president's body double or something.
There you go. Turns out she is not a Russian spy. Turns out she was actually trying to stop the plan all along.
And she just fake killed the Russian president?
Yes.
Yeah.
For the sake of trying to, for the sake of him.
But he's just killed the American president.
Oops.
And hell, even worse, the vice president's dead, and where are all the other generals?
And furthermore,
okay. Don't worry, Dwebs. Barack Obama will come in and save us all.
Jova.
Yes.
Change. Real change.
What happens in the horror scenario in that both the president and the vice president die?
Then we have
I think the military take over until a proper,
election.
The Secretary of Defense or something.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah,
like that.
Usually they're
Didn't Mars Attacks kind of did something similar to that?
Hold on. Congratulations, Ev.
You're kind of going to take the blame for this all.
Bulletproof glass.
Okay, so let me get this straight.
The first shot the first time didn't clue in.
So let me get this straight, woman. You've been like
You would have better luck shooting the door.
Woman, you've been a badass agent, and you just forgot now that...
Now she's being stupid.
Wow, yeah. Did they just throw all their writing talent into thinking up twists or something?
He can't do that now because he has to reconfirm his identity when he's not the president. Oh no, he's just gonna do.
He's gonna put the hand, yeah. It's like I've said before. This movie's trying way too hard. You've given us way too many twists. At this point, it's impossible for people to properly believe any of this.
Just end.
Not only
there's
that,
there's way too many twists. I mean, this is like the climax of the Professor Layton Ace Attorney crossover as a whole movie.
You know what would have been safer?
What?
Have voice recognition so that if the president dies, well, you can't make him talk if he's dead, can you?
Exactly.
Oh, she's actually going for the wall.
Dwebs, I think you'll agree with me. Even Hino and Takumi would tell whoever's writing this, dude, you're taking this too far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think even Hino and Takumi would tell dude, you might want to take it back a notch.
I mean, it's not only just that there's so many twists, but it's that a lot of these twists also stockpile onto each other, and some of those twists don't make sense. Okay, so all along...
This is M. Night Shyamalan's wet dream of a movie, basically.
Honestly, Pedro, I'm thinking if an M. Night Shyamalan would just say no at, I'd say the halfway point.
Why don't you use the machine gun, since you had at least 2 more clips?
Also, you're seriously telling me that there's, no way she could have let anyone know and keep it secret from this one guy that, oh, by the way, I'm a Russian spy.
Remember, Jova, she didn't know. We established earlier, she didn't know that he was the mole. This whole time she was trying to discover who the mole was, but she was never able to.
Wait.
Uh-oh. One of the missiles is launched.
Well, there's no way she can stop that, if that's the case.
Basically, what the movie...
Did he have, a destruct button?
I don't know. Okay, it's 2 things. One, here's the problem that I have in hindsight. So you couldn't do... So why didn't you just kill Orlov immediately so you could try to save your own husband? Second, so basically, as you can probably guess by this point, what we're supposed to take from this is that her falling in love with Mike was what eventually decided to... Oh, there we go.
Oh, no.
And she does.
Launch sequence aborted, system restoring.
Just so I can finish.
Go on.
As you can probably guess by this point, what made her turn against the Russian plan is the fact that she fell in love with Mike. So, so I'm guessing now she fell. So there you go, Jova. The arachnologist indirectly saved America.
And
no, she was wearing body armor.
Yeah, a vest.
Of course she was.
You see, guys, the moral of the story is the love of spiders saves everything.
And that's why they fetishize spiders. So what, does the government now believe her when she catches him, or are they still going to think she was behind it all?
Let's see.
And what about that Russian guy who, the baby who has the scar on his face? Where is he?
He's dead. Remember, he blew himself up.
Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot because that action scene was so cluttered. But yeah, okay, so you're telling me that, okay, she broke out of it. Okay, so all this time, she knew how this works. Why didn't she tell the American government? Oh, by the way, I have intel that tells me that there's this Russian project going on where they kidnap Russian babies and train them to be American citizens.
Well, to be fair, Jova, if she did that, she would probably get laughed out of the room.
Well, she's a CIA agent, and even still, I mean, okay, yeah, I know that we got laughed at it, but here's the thing. When the guy...
Oh.
There you go.
She kills him?
Yeah.
She's not even going to try and explain her case?
Doing that.
Why don't you just explain your case, girl? This only makes things worse for you.
Just shoot her. Oh, no, wait, then she fall forward and... Up
and there you go. He's dead. Mission accomplished.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Now, see, okay, now normally you'd think, yes, Paige, they would have laughed her out, but remember, they immediately trusted that Russian guy who made the story after it turned out, oh, the lie detector wasn't real, so strap herself into a lie detector and then explain to them, hey, I know this about them.
Ludicrous movie is ludicrous, Jova.
Yeah.
Anyway, Dwebs, before we watch the ending, allow me to ask you this question one more time now that you have a fuller perspective of the movie. So let's pretend for a moment that the roles were reversed. Turns out this movie was starring Tom Cruise, and instead of a male acnologist, it would be a wife acnologist. How do you think this would have? Do you think we would have liked this movie better if that was the case?
No.
All right.
Well, something's bad when Dwebs' liking of Tom Cruise doesn't help a film.
Joe, my liking of Tom Cruise didn't help the Mummy.
Yeah.
True. But don't you guys totally love a story of betrayal?
Oh, look, it's the monument of the Washington Monument, which looks like a giant penis. Seriously, who the fuck was thinking?
It's an obelisk Egyptian origin. Well,
I know.
It was made technically on the get-go for America, but it's based on one of
ending
these.
now.
Blame the Egyptians.
Yeah, why'd you kill him?
Wait. So this guy's in on it too?
All right, so supposedly this is the new ending from the director's cut. I don't remember if I saw the director's cut before. Let's see if the ending is different from what I remember.
What? He punched her.
What? She's an agent just like me.
Let me guess, him punching her gives her something that'll be able to escape.
Let's see.
What?
Of course. So what's the next step of your master plan? Crashing this helicopter with no survivors. It's too easy.
Yeah.
There you go, Jova. I guess you'll just have to decide for
That
yourself.
line was
Yeah.
stupid, and so are you.
You know, Jova, I get the feeling that that wasn't the character laughing. I think Ejiofor was just laughing at how silly this all is.
Yeah.
That's a line from Rocket Raccoon. It ain't like me except me.
What was your second choice? Scrotum hack?
Okay, they're building up to another twist, aren't they?
Let me guess.
No.
Ejiofor.
No. Well, from what I remember, maybe the director's cut is different. From what I remember, it's
Wait.
not that.
She had.
Well, remember, Teo, she chose to not go along with the plan. Remember?
And now, fingerprints place Salt on barge where Orlov was killed.
There you go. So now he has a choice. Will he arrest her or let her escape?
This truly feels like a David Cage game.
Movie.
So...
Wait, they're planning. They're trying to make a sequel based off of this, but so far nothing's come out of it.
Wait. They're trying to make a sequel off of this?
Well, Vimmer said he'd had a script or was writing one, but so far nothing's come out of it since 2012.
What more is there to do? I mean, the organization is pretty much done with now since she killed most of them.
It's like when they did the
Tell me,
sequel
Joe.
Huh?
It's like when they did the sequel to Olympus Has Fallen.
What, like London Has Fallen?
Yeah, seriously, how many famous cities can you endanger like that?
Yeah. Rome, I got it to you.
Dreams,
Milan has fallen.
Dreams, you're reading your mic. Step away a bit.
So what's it going to be now? Next, Milan has fallen.
More like Rome, remember?
That was sporadic. Oh, wow. Oh, I get it. He's trying to mask the fact that he's uncuffing her. That was stupid and awkward. Like, you're telling me that no other of the FBI agents caught on to that obvious ploy?
So what? Is she gonna jump?
There you go. Go get him. Turns out there's more bad guys to kill. So go ahead, Angelina. Time to kick some more Russian ass.
You are not person of interest. Just stop. Also, she better go.
And then Michael Emerson comes in and.
No.
Oh.
That effect, though, that was clearly CGI.
His face there.
That face, though.
It's like he's saying, "Oh God, I'm never gonna have a career after this movie."
Well, Chiwetel Ejiofor is well known for having a very expressive face. Well, again, he's a stage actor primarily, so.
So, is this where the alternate ending starts?
It was clearly no. Sorry, Sunrise doesn't work that way. It doesn't just jump on like that.
Again, like what was that you were saying too about David Cage? Because David Cage also did this in Beyond Two Souls.
Chick, you're freezing with hypothermia. You're not being able to do this.
And we're doing the stereotypical running for the forest thing.
Slow-mo.
Why even? How fitting. Wait,
Well,
what?
that's it.
That was Salt, everybody.
Hold
Director's
on.
cut. Honestly,
Hold on. There may be an after credits scene.
I'll check.
Not for nothing, but I don't remember anything in the director's cut being different than this. Honestly, like I think this is pretty much the movie that I remember. I can't really think of it.
Nope. There isn't one.
All right then.
Huh.
Close.
Can I go
So
first?
yeah, that was Salt. Go ahead, Dwebs.
Well, it wasn't as boring as I thought it would be. I mean, it's short enough, so it just went by like that. I'll probably forget half of it by tomorrow, but yeah, it's not very good. The biggest problem really is that it tries to do all these twists, but it's like a Jenga tower. The more you put on, the more unstable it becomes, and it all just falls apart. Mind you, it's not like this film had really stable foundations in the first place. Also, the action was really badly shot, and I mean, really resorting to the shaky cam stuff again. Not to mention, I mean, the actors are all trying, but that's the problem. That they're trying, but they got really bad material to work with. And yeah, this is the first time I've seen a film written by Kurt Wimmer, and if there's other films are like this, oh boy, I'm not looking forward to the likes of Total Recall, or Point Break, or Equilibrium. So yeah, that's me done.
All right. Go ahead, Joe, since I know you had a lot to get out of your chest.
Yeah, before I do that, though, I guess the reason I asked if there was an after credits is that I was looking on Wikipedia, since we're pretty much at the end, and it says, in an alternate ending, Salt arrives in disguise at the place in the former Soviet Union where she was trained as a child. She is then seen by the water, she watches Orlov drown, and the place blows up, so...
Which is weird. Where is that? I'm guessing that alternate ending is not part of the director's cut. It's just an extra to watch on the Blu-ray, because this director's cut is exactly the same as the version I remember seeing back in 2010.
From what I can see on Wikipedia, the film doesn't really consider it a director's cut either. It's just literally two alternate cuts providing different endings to the film. So my guess is that only that ending is the different thing.
Whatever. It doesn't really matter.
Now, on to my final thoughts, I guess. Good lord, this movie was a mess. Like, this is like putting a bunch of puzzle pieces on top of a Jenga tower scattered across the entire world, and you have to spend an entire world's journey trying to pick up the pieces, only to realize that when you put together the puzzle, it's a picture of, well, it's a picture of nothing you can make sense of. Like, seriously. The twists in this are so pretentiously drawn out. And the weird thing is, like, well, yeah, for a good portion, the movie just keeps going as is, but then only, like, at around the 40 to 50 minute mark is when they start with the big twist. And then another twist, and then another twist, and then another twist. It's like, seriously, it makes it all the more harder for me to care because we constantly are changing what our perspective of life is. And like I said before, a lot of the twists kind of make the plot stupid in hindsight. And I'm really sorry, but I could not care less about these characters. They're either stupid, or they're just backstabbers, or right out of the blue, they're apparently heroes because the power of love, apparently. Like, this film does realize it fell into the trap of the power of love, knocking her out of the Russian training.
Well, to be fair, Joe, the power of love didn't help the husband.
Look, fair enough. And I'm not saying that the power of love can't be done well. I'm just saying, though, the fact that they use the power of love as a big, deep twist in this movie and expect us to take it completely seriously is the problem. Like, there's a time and a place to use the power of love. This wasn't one of them. And speaking of powers, I have no idea why the heck Angelina Jolie's character can do all this stuff and not get injured seriously without powers. Like, holy cow, you should have just made her a superhero of some sort. Again, I have so much trouble caring about her during the action scenes because she gets up just fine from time to time.
Hold on, Joe, just a moment. It turns out this movie was not a bomb like I assumed. On it had $110 million as the budget, and it made almost 300 million worldwide. So technically, it was a success, wasn't it?
I guess that's why
Made-
Sony
Yeah.
has to make a sequel.
It made over double its budget, but maybe it just didn't do well enough for a sequel.
But apparently
Yeah.
now they're trying to make that sequel, even though, yeah, another issue I have with this movie, the basis of the ending is, oh, there's more bad guys out there to catch. So what? At least have her try and prove herself innocent. Like, seriously, what made her the big authority on catching bad guys all of a sudden? Yeah, I didn't think so.
Okay.
And yeah, this movie doesn't really work, but I guess I can say it's not boring if only because it's so wacky, wild, and stupid. It's like if somebody stripped off all of their clothes, danced naked, and said, "Pay attention to me, please."
Guys,
Yes.
What?
sequel to Salt. This was back in April this year. Sequel to Salt is underway. Angelina Jolie returning.
Oh my freaking god. So, this commentary ended up to be quite well timed.
Kurt Wimmer has reportedly started writing the screenplay and will direct. So Kurt will also direct this.
Oh, great! I've heard his directing's not that much better than his writing.
Oh. Well, I can't.
So
wait.
yeah, apparently there is going to be a Salt 2. Aren't you guys just
Yeah,
hyped?
I'd love if the film were actually called Pepper.
You know what I'd love to see? What other twists they're going to try and come up with? Because let's be quite honest, the main thing keeping this film interesting for your first viewing is going to be the insane bout of plot twists. Like, the action, the action is so routine.
It's been 6 years. I mean, this movie's not even relevant. Most people don't even remember that this movie exists.
Well, actually, it's been like 7 years at this point since the
It's
first
kind
one
of
came
like,
out.
well, Pedro, I know it's a bit of an unfair comparison because this is a standalone movie, but it's kind of the same that happened with the Saw movies. After 7, they didn't want to make a movie for, 5 years at least, and 7, but in 2017 they made a new one.
Reminds me of how with the Scream franchise, they waited like 11 years after the first one.
well-recognized franchise that is known. This, like you said, this is a standalone movie that most people don't even remember.
Yeah, they probably
Alright,
forgot
then.
they saw it halfway through.
Go ahead, Joe. Finish off.
So, yeah, this is getting a sequel, I guess. But again, the main issue with this movie is that it relies on shock to get you interested. It has spiders galore. It has these stupid plot twists. It has...
Just like a David Cage story.
And again, the action, while not boring, is so routine. Like, I've seen this before, and there's no sense of mixing things up here and there. Like, it's just this or that. So yeah, this was a train wreck of a movie that was glorious to watch, but I will recommend watch this with friends if you want to riff on it without...
Watch this while you're drunk.
Yeah, watch
Great
this...
movie to watch while you're drunk.
Yeah, watch this while you're drunk, while you're with friends, or while listening to our commentary, because let me tell you, on your own, this movie is not worth it.
All right, then.
Go ahead.
Pretty much what everyone said. But again, there apparently was a good reason why I suppressed this movie, and yeah,
Just in
Not
time for the
definitely a good
sequel to
thing.
be announced.
not really a good thing to come back onto. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Despite my love for Angelina Jolie, it's not safe enough to save this movie, unlike that article is trying to say.
Okay. All right. Yeah, like everybody said, and Dwebs already gave his thoughts. It was his first, and yeah, like everybody else said, this movie is so ludicrous. It, like I've said, it tries to do way too many twists for its own good. It's like this is the it's like if we had, like I said, it's like if we had the crossovers climax, but like as a whole movie.
I know,
Like
right?
you're trying way too hard with these twists. Pedal back. Okay, this movie needed to have a more character focused narrative for it to work better. Like Jova said, it's impossible to care about any of these characters because the movie doesn't bother to actually give us reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, what do we even know about Salt, for example?
Yeah.
She
She's an agent. Okay, but that's not a character trait. That's a role, like an actual character trait.
she fell in love. Oh wait, no, that's more of an action. We don't even really get to see her quote unquote
We
love
don't know
with her
anything
husband.
about her. We don't know if she's we don't know if she's peppy, if she's boring, if she's we don't know anything.
Like, for all intents and purposes, Tommy Wiseau is mysterious, but he made for a much better character in real life and, of course, in the movie, The Disaster Artist.
Yeah, and like Nib said, the action is very badly shot. The James Newton Howard's music is decent. He's clearly trying to
Do something.
It's like,
do
you get the
something.
feeling that even he didn't know what to do for this movie because there's so many changing statistics here and there. Like, oh, this tone here, this tone there. It's like, seriously.
Yeah.
It just seems like everything's set up to make you feel a certain way, but in the most forced and obvious way possible.
So yeah, this movie, let's just say it's not very good. It's not an abomination or anything like that. It's not even that bad. It's more baffling than terrible.
Absolutely.
Like it's a movie that I guess I can give them credit for trying something different with this, but yeah, it didn't work. Like the people and Kurt is still trying to get the sequel made. Well, buddy, I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you because I'm curious to see where you're going.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, okay, they kind of wrote themselves into a corner, so I'm actually I'm morbidly curious to see what they're going to try and do to add on more to the lore.
Can I predict a twist?
What?
Go ahead.
Salt dies in like the first 5 minutes.
And then she gets replaced by a new agent who has to take down these
Tom
new
Cruise.
improved Metal Gears.
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
Well, remember, Tom Cruise was supposed to be here originally. So.
Yeah, that'd be quite awesome actually. They for Angelina Jolie, they film a bunch of fake scenes to put in the trailers, but in the first 5 minutes she dies, and that'll throw everyone completely off guard, and then the rest of the movie's Tom Cruise.
All right, everybody. So that was Salt. So if that sequel ever gets made, I don't think it will, but we'll see. If that sequel ever gets made, see it for the sequel, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I suppose. See ya.
See ya.